Notts County. This is going to be a massive match, obviously, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little apprehensive, but nothing worth having is easy, and this is exactly what's going to happen. I've watched a lot of film on Notts County. They're definitely tough. I'm sure some of you have watched them play. They like to press high. They do like to get wide and give Langstaff a lot of room. What a player Macaulay Langstaff is, by the way. If I had to define him, I'd say he's got a little bit of a Zlatan Ibrahimovic type game. Obviously, he's not as big as power. He's a big guy, don't get me wrong. He's very opportunistic, reads the game really, really well. Has had a lot of backside rebound, tap ins. Obviously, he can score from outside the box as well. He has a really good shot, but his anticipation for the game is phenomenal, and I think that's where that opportunistic style that he has is very dangerous. They're managed very well. The team loves each other. You can tell that. You can get the you can see that they're together, and that's a very good thing. Obviously, Wrexham are coming off a loss to Halifax 3-1. We are tied up with points with Notts County. Basically, the only reason why Notts County is above us is goal differential. Both teams score a lot of goals. They've got us by 3. I believe they're at 106 and we're at 103. So there's multiple reasons why Wrexham have to get a result. Obviously, Wrexham wins the match, and we have a very good shot of going on winning the title with 4 games left. The second thing is, if Wrexham were to lose, I mean, that goal differential is going to get wider, and that becomes a lot tougher to make up in just a few games. You had 10 matches left. Yeah, okay, we go on. So the team might stumble and things like that as well. But this has to be a very clean match. We have to defend well, keep our shape, and not be afraid of the moment. Several articles have been out about the match. The BBC did an article. Look, this is why the match tomorrow is so incredibly big. The pressure on Wrexham is 2x if they don't win the league, and it's incredible how that narrative can shift. Notts County, I think, will probably gain promotion either way. I think either if Wrexham go on and win the league like we all hope they do, I think Notts County blows everybody out and wins in the playoff. In the reverse, I'm not saying that Wrexham won't do that or can't do that and it's not capable of it, but the pressure on Notts County, if Notts County were to go to the playoffs, not nearly the same as what the pressure is going to be on Wrexham if Wrexham failed to win the league from the position they were in, and then not gain that promotion. So there is that. The match tomorrow went from basically Wrexham probably putting it all to bed to the narrative switch, right? Like Wrexham wins Friday, we go into Monday basically putting everything to bed. Now we go in apprehensive because they have to get a result. Wrexham didn't have to get a result if we won Friday. We still would be three points up with a game in hand. And so it gave the leeway out, and that's where that has to happen. So let's jump into just some keys to the match, and kind of go through everything that I think is going to happen. Obviously, here's the league table, both on 100 points, and only separated by goal differential. Getting into some of the keys of the match. There we go. Finally moved. Look, the Notts County's form is very good. It's been very good, and they've been very consistent all season. They haven't dropped a lot of points. Their current form, they have 4 wins and a draw in the last 5. Points taken from playoff teams, they have 22 points from 30 available. Now, the interesting thing here is Notts County is undefeated. They don't lose against playoff sides, but they have a lot of draws against playoff sides as well. At best result. I don't know why that was there. Oh, it's not. Never mind. I don't think it's there on this one. Let me double check. Sorry. First live show. This is like the glitch. Yeah, the best result. That shouldn't be there. Oh well. We'll fix that in the future. Whoopsie. Um Top goal scorers, obviously Macaulay Longstaff, 41. He set the National League record for the most goals. I just talked about him briefly that he is a hell of a player. Whereas Paul Mullen, would drop down a league to join Wrexham. He actually just came up from non-league football into league football, and look, this guy is a warrior, and he is very, very good. He's probably the X factor, like Paul Mullen is the X factor for Wrexham, and keeping him quiet is going to be big. Sidwin Scott tends to drift out wide, giving Langstaff a little bit more space. He likes to come in from wide positions. 17 goals, very good. Ruben Rodriguez is also another good goal scorer. They have, sorry, it wasn't 106. I think they're at 104, and we're at 101. Goals for, they have 104. They're number one in the league. Goals against 36. So they have the best offense, second best defense. Not only do they score a lot of goals, they don't give up a lot of goals, which is why they're in the position that they're in. Very, very tough to play. Keys to the match. Look, I think Wrexham have to start on the front foot. The last match, they were very timid. There were. I don't. Let's not beat that. Let's not beat a dead horse on that one. We have to start the match better, more on the front foot, and really take it to them. The race course has been a fortress for Wrexham this year, and this is what has to stay. And we have to continue that fortress to really get those 3 points tomorrow. Keep our defensive shape. Against Halifax, I think it was very shocking that I felt like we were caught out of position constantly. Our back line was shredded. We were constantly getting pulled into wide areas, and then runners were cutting into the middle, and we didn't know how to respond to that. The midfield didn't seem like they were supporting in defense very well. The defense didn't seem like they wanted to play defense; that they wanted to play more midfield. And bombs your uncle. There you go, 3-1. We have to keep our shape, because Langstaff and Scott will absolutely shred Wrexham if we don't keep our shape. I would expect there to potentially be a little bit more of a defensive midfielder to sit in front of the back line for tomorrow's match, to give them a little bit of cover and support. Not saying Wrexham are going to go defensive and counterattack by any means, especially playing at home, but it would not shock me if they have set up a little bit differently with one midfielder dropping deeper and covering the back line. That way there's a little bit more. I would personally have a man marking Langstaff at all times. I know a few years ago that's something that Manchester United did with Luke Shaw and covering Mohamed Salah. For a long time that worked. Salah didn't really have a lot of success, even though United didn't have success against Liverpool. Salah didn't have success against United either. And so I would personally have someone mark him. I don't know if that's Mendy. I think you need someone with pace. I don't think Tozer is the person that we can do that with. I think if Tozer is marking him, that there's a very good shot that Langstaff can turn him about. And I know some people are watching. If you have comments, feel free to log in the chat and engage and tell me what your thoughts are. I would personally do that. I think that that's what you have to do in a position like this. And I know some people would probably disagree in that, you're at home. You don't want to play defense. Look, when you have someone who scored 41 goals instead of league record, you have to respect that. You have to give him that due. And if they can shut him down, I think that gives Wrexham a very good opportunity. Mullen has to be the best player on the pitch. I almost feel like he disappeared against Halifax in some ways. I don't remember a whole lot of key moments that he was even dangerous. I think that his final touch let him down several times. I think that he just wasn't as crisp. I don't know if it's that there was some fatigue there. Not getting the service, what have you. But Mullen has to be the best player on the pitch for period for Wrexham tomorrow to get the 3 points. I think Wrexham have to pick their moments. They do like to get up, and they haven't been bitten too many times this year in attack by just going for it and trying to score a lot of goals. This team, we cannot just go for it and get lucky on the back line. We have to keep our shape. We have to pick our moments. And I think most importantly, the race course has to be the 12th man tomorrow. And that's not something that I think any of us doubt. But that ground has been a fortress, and that fortress needs to continue straight through 90 minutes all day tomorrow, through pre-match, post-match. Wrexham get the 3 points. The title is there. A draw, it's still theirs. They have to get a result. They cannot go in tomorrow and lose. Even if you lose by 1 goal, that's 4-goal differential. You got to beat someone 5-0 and then hope that you outscore Notts County in the next 3 matches as well. It's not just that, right? Like, Notts County are going to score. Now, Notts County could draw, they could lose. I mean, you do have that. They do have some difficult matches ahead. But look, Wrexham play Boreham Wood, and look, they're the number 1 defense in the league. So there's no guarantees. You don't want to have this come down to goal differential, because that's just a recipe for a lot of stress. Kind of my prediction. I personally think that this is going to be a draw. I really want Wrexham to win. I'm not saying Wrexham can't win or incapable of winning by any means. I definitely believe that Wrexham can go on and win. And I think that they have every ability to do that. This game screams draw to me. Really from form of Notts County and how they've not lost to a playoff side yet. Now, there is the argument to say, hey, they're due. They are due to lose to a playoff side. I think if they are going to lose, this is the match they would lose. It's, this is a very tough place for anyone to come play. But it just screams draw, which would be a fine result. Obviously, we want to win because that gives you the buffer back and all those things. And I understand that. And I'm going to be rooting like hell. And I hope I come in on the post-match show tomorrow and say, man, was I wrong? Wrexham battered them 4-1. What a result. We're going up. That I hope so. But just off everything I've seen, I think 2-2 draws is probably where it's probably a good reaction of what we're looking for. So that's that. It is going to be very nervous watching tomorrow. I'm sure that everyone's going to have a great day out. It looks like the turf's going to be packed. I know Wayne's been putting some things out about that. If you're watching the U.S., 10 a.m., normally you're going to have later times, but this is a little bit different. This Friday, Monday, bank holidays in the UK. I asked this question on Twitter if this was the biggest match and I'm going to just double check real quick where we're at with that poll. If this was the biggest match in Wrexham's in the last 40 years, and where we are at 70% have said yes, that this is the biggest match in the last 40 years, 28% no, 2% other. So 70% of you, and there's been a lot of votes in that too. 70% of you have said that this is the biggest match for Wrexham in the last 40 years. I would tend to agree. This is going to be, from the documentary side, this is going to be a big highlight. They're probably going to have an entire show around this match. And it really if they win, April 22nd at home can win you the league. And you want that. You want to be able to go into a clinching of a title match on your own ground with your fans. That would be poetic. That would be justice. That would be everything that Wrexham deserves. Selfishly, that's what I want because I'll be there as well. But they have everything to play for tomorrow, and you can put all those bad feelings of Halifax aside with 3 points tomorrow. So that's the preview show. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a follow if you don't. Appreciate the couple people that have joined. Look, this is the first live show I've ever done. I've never done this before, and hopefully we get this thing rolling. Everyone enjoy the match tomorrow, and talk to you all soon.